like mainly to discuss a couple of things with you. That you said that the iPhone really has changed how we all think about what
Mobile
a cell
experience,
phone
yes.
should be. So like, but it doesn't carry flash.
Right.
Is there any reason why it's just Apple
No,
says we don't
you know,
want flash?
I think Apple has talked about the fact that they would like to see flash on the device, but it's really their product and their decision, so it's unfortunately not something that I can speak to. Adobe has a practice where we openly license our technology to any company, and they implement flash for their device to integrate it in their device, just as so many of our other OEMs do. So it's something that I would direct you to discuss with Apple as to when they might make that available.
But there's no reason really why
No,
flash should be prevented from coming into the iPhone.
certainly not.
Okay. And the second question that I would like to talk to you is that many users feel that the technology part of the phones are going much faster than their perceived needs.
Yes.
So we've had, or we've all seen lots of ads from operators saying that you can do video conference with your telephone and just call your mom and say, hello mom, how are you? And in the end, the consumer doesn't feel like they need to do it, they just still phone,
Yes,
say
yes.
hello mom. And so do you think that at some point operators or developers may lose the connection between what the people need and what they offer, so they big strong machines that can do everything?
Yeah. It's a great question, and I think it's one of the things that distinguishes why Adobe has such an opportunity in this domain. We've traditionally enabled a community of developers and designers who have always maintained an ability to speak to a consumer population. They've been able to create content that reaches out to these types of people and not just build technology for technology's sake. And as a result, you tend to find content that designers have created to be more compelling. By opening mobile development to 2 million plus Flash professionals around the world, we think that we can bring to the mobile industry a much more capable community of developers that tend to be more in tune with what consumers will want and represented by types of content that consumers have already shown that they really do want. So you're absolutely right that I think we always run the risk as an industry of getting too focused on the technology. It's one of the great things about some of the devices we showed you earlier is that you may never know that it was Flash. Consumers at the end of the day don't care if it was Flash or not. They just want to know they had a great experience. And so many devices from customers like Nokia and Samsung and LG deliver a great consumer experience.
For the future, it's just more Flash. I mean, we can talk hours about Flash and how great it is and the beautiful things it allows us to do. But
what types of applications then?
Yeah, how will Flash change my life?
Well, I think really one of the things that if you were to ask anyone originally from Adobe or even Macromedia, even before the acquisition, how much content would be created in Flash for the web? When Flash was invented, nobody could have known the answer. You look at the internet today, and the width and range of contents available in Flash is astounding. I think that's one of the exciting things about mobile is we can't predict how much will be out there. But I can say that we think it will fall into 3 categories that will change the way you interact with your phone. One, I think you will see more and more user interfaces using Flash. So again, we saw some examples here at the show from LG, from Samsung, from Sony Ericsson, where Flash is a UI. And the consumer will never know. But what it will mean is they have the opportunity to see a wider range of user interfaces, a range of branded user interfaces that they will find interesting. A second is you will see more downloadable content being built in Flash. We've seen this happen over the last 5 years in Japan already, where every major content brand delivers Flash content for download, whether it's games or ringtones or screensavers or anything else. The ability to create that content, be able to deliver it to consumers is important. So downloadable content will become more broadly available as a result of Flash being enabled. And then the third, and I think the one that will be most pervasive, but it will take some time to make happen, is data services. Today, your data services are largely based around a browser or a WAP-based interface. They go up or down depending on if you have network connection or not. And I think you can create applications using some of our technologies like Flashcast where this data service experience is always available. What if your data service was actually part of your UI? Rather than having to drill 4, 5, and 6 layers deep in the UI, data service is the top level. What if we were able to really surface all the exciting things that people want to be able to do and have those available at the top of the UI rather than what someone else decided for me? So I think being able to change your experience so that the things you want, the things you like are always available, always at the top level of the experience, are going to happen. That's a level of control consumers haven't had in the past. And I think over the next 2-3 years, you're going to see that real shift. And it will occur because of some of the technologies we've been building over the last 3 years.
And to finish, which are the challenges of Flash? I mean, what things Flash has to do that doesn't do it today?
I think the one that we hear from our developers most loudly is they want all the capabilities and functionalities of the desktop player in their mobile phone. And that's tough because mobile phones don't have the memory, the processing power, they don't have a mouse and keyboard that you have on the desktop. But they really want that capability. They want that expressiveness. They want that authoring capability. And they want to be able to take that content they develop for the desktop and bring it to mobile more easily. So we continue to work hard. With the latest release of our mobile player, Flash Lite 3, we're as close as we've ever been to the desktop player, one release behind. But it's our objective to make it simultaneous, so that when we release a desktop player, there will also be a mobile player available with similar features, so that as a developer, you can create for either environment. Great.
I think this has been wonderful.
Thank you very much. I appreciate the time.